Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Tamashasha Tapalabu here, and I'm here with the final episode of the Path Producer Adventures project. I have just made a new Alchemy app file just for this particular video, just like minutes before the recording. So quite a bit of time to get things figured out of the blue, because, well, why do we have to figure out things out of the blue? Well, that's because this episode we're going to be focusing on about using an Alchemy track to perform in a live performance. And in doing so, we basically need to apply all the knowledge and information we've got from the first 4 episodes combined together and apply it in real time on a stage or in your house or in front of a stereo or whatever. Of course, we need the basic knowledge and the components of the Alchemy app itself from the first video to like understand everything and be able to compose things actually. Combine the general style and the RC style of composition from the second and the third videos together to get your fundamental ways of handling these tools that the Alchemy app provides us. We use the mastery of the volume control section of the Alchemy app from the fourth video where we deal with a lot of sound effects in real time to manipulate what we have created with the knowledge of the first 3 videos that came before it. And then we get our 5th video right here. The track that we're going to use for the 5th video is of course composed of 4 layers. One layer is for the rhythm, another layer is for the bass, which is very minimal, but it keeps the consistency of paces going on. Another one is for the main melody, which sounds a little menacing but not too much. It has a lot of melodic electronic elements in it. And the 4th one is the sound, is basically like the experimental effect, like what we've said in the 2nd video. But this one I'm gonna be performing live whenever I need to. I haven't recorded any loop for that layer specifically, and like the rest of the layers. And I think that, well, this is like the final part of our journey so far, and I would like to end it with in a mildly glorious fashion, but not too glorious, if you know what I mean. Well, let me just show the sounds in live performance right away. No need for introductions this time around. Let's get to the real deal. Alright, the conclusion of our Path Producer Adventure is here. I hope you have a good time from the last 4 videos, and I hope you have a good time. You will have a good time from this video in particular as well. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We're ready. Here we go. Okay, well, that was cool, in a way. So that was my little performance there. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Why? I would like to know. Well, if you want to leave the feedback, well, that's up to you. Just manipulating the sound that I have made artfully and generally in real time with the volume manipulating from the volume control section of Alchemy. I have all the experimentation, the rhythm, the melody, and some chord through the bass. Though these elements combine together very well with the pacing that we can use from the volume control. And then, well, we got a live performance. I have to admit a little bit here that my little volume control is not the most perfect of all. Like sometimes the music fades. The music section fades out a little too early. Sometimes the music section and I want to mutes out a little too late. But well, that's all about timing. And well, right now it's like midnight or something, so don't expect me to do that well when I don't have a band to perform like on a world tour from like 9 p.m. to midnight. Not yet. Practice makes perfect after all. This is it. This is the way that I use the application of electronic music called Alchemy, available on the iPad through the App Store, and maybe available on other gadgets too, but I think that using it on iPad is just the best call. Anyway, now that you've watched all my videos, I hope so, because well, if you haven't watched the rest of the videos before watching this video, you probably won't understand what most of what I was talking about was actually about. Now that you've watched all of my videos, now that you have at least a glimpse of how to use the application of Alchemy, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? I'm not asking myself what am I going to do with it, because I've been doing quite a bit of things with this app already. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to do anything with it at all? Well, if you don't do it, I don't really mind. I hope at least you have a good time with my project. If you do, well, now the path of your own adventure, your own path producer adventure, is now all yours to choose and command. And don't let anyone else say otherwise. Don't even let me say otherwise. Because if you're gonna take an agenda of making music, well, you're gonna make music for yourself first. And then if you can make yourself like satisfied and happy with your own music, then you can make others feel satisfied and happy with your own music. In the end, music is one of those kind of things that you have to do it your own way, because that's essentially what it is all about. Of course, the basics and the information and the knowledge is still important. You still need some application from what you've learned. You can't just go all ballsy and just, figure everything out by yourself and, do everything in the way that you want to do it without caring about the fundamental elements of everything. Still, being yourself in music production is perhaps the most important part, no matter how much you've learned from this video. And I guess that's it for this series of mine. I hope you have a good time with it. If you have a great time, well then that's good for you. If I'm wasting your time, well then I gotta say I'm sorry. And if you want me to do better, you can leave some feedback. Just be a little mature about it. Don't be like a raging YouTuber. Please don't do that. Anyway, Tamashachan here, Pad Producer Project, signing out. Thank you all for your attention.